What's going on, guys? It's your boy Mark, representing Mark Prasad Fitness, and today I want to do something a little bit different. I want to give you guys my commentary, a little bit of opinions, very subjective opinions that is, on the 2017 Mr. Olympia Men's Open Bodybuilding Competition. Tonight is the finals, and there's been some pictures floating around the internet, and I want to give you guys my opinion on what I think about these pictures and talk about a few bodybuilders in this competition right now. It's been getting some talk, so I want to go over the pictures of Phil Heath. I want to talk about Big Ramy. We'll talk about Dexter Jackson, and we're going to touch on William Bonac as well. And those are the top four bodybuilders in my opinion, and also from the prejudging last night. Those are the top four bodybuilders that are in it, in the top four spots for the Mr. Olympia right now. So getting right into it, I want to talk about first, as you see on the screen, it's Phil Heath. Phil Heath is a six-time Mr. Olympia champion, and he's gotten some slack over the years for his gut. Sometimes could be a little bit uncontrollable, his midsection, and it kind of showed a little bit last night. When he was relaxed, it was sticking out. When he was hitting his poses, it wasn't as tight as it could be. But in my opinion, I think he fared okay, and we're going to see what's going to happen tonight. So as you see right now, I think Phil Heath's best poses, and I think this is across the board, his best position is from the back. If you look at his back, it's completely developed from the lower, the mid, and the upper back. There's not a fault in his back right now. With a back double bicep shot like this, there's not really anybody in this competition that can beat him or come close. He smokes the competition. Even his legs, everything is striated. He looks really good from the back. He's winning points in this pose hands down. Same with the back lat spread. Hands down winning. He's got a complete package from the back. His lats are so low. They're fully developed. Even when you're looking at other body parts like his legs, his glutes, they're cut, they're ripped. You can see the striations, you can see the feathers. He brings the complete package from the back, and I don't believe anybody is going to beat him from the back. That's just my personal opinion. Moving on to Big Ramy, who is I believe his direct competition. Big Ramy, he gets the name Big Ramy because he's a freaking beast. I think he's weighing in 295, coming in shredded this year. You can see he's not holding a lot of water, and I think the judges had him either second or third last time in prejudging. My opinions on Big Ramy, I think Big Ramy has a potential, or is going to be the next Mr. Olympia. I just don't think they're going to give it to him this year. Mainly, one, because of politics. Two, I think he just missed his prep a bit. I think he could come in a little bit more cut. I think he could come in a bit more defined. He is defined. I think this is his most defined we've ever seen him. But I think he's lacking some definition and some development in the lower part of his lats if he wants to stand toe to toe with Phil Heath in any of the back poses. And I think he might. I don't think he's holding water. I just think he's lacking some definition, which will ding him, especially in a subjective sport like bodybuilding, where it's so hard to dethrone a champion. The judges probably look at all these little small things. I think Big Ramy has the perfect recipe to be Mr. Olympia, but because of politics and the fact that he might be a little not as cut as Phil Heath, there's certain poses where Phil's muscles will pop out a bit more because of the insertions, his genetics. It just might pop a bit more. But I see Ramy is coming in second place in this competition. You never know, he might come in first. We'll see, right? It's gonna happen tonight, so we'll check it out. Third guy I want to talk about quickly is Dexter Jackson. Now, I've been a huge fan of Dexter Jackson for a really long time. I really like this guy. When I started following bodybuilding more than a decade ago, Dexter was actually competing back then, and he was killing it. He was known as a Blade for a long time, and he's known as a Blade because he always conditioned. He's not the biggest guy compared to the other guys on the stage, but he's always shredded, man. He's ripped. The only downfall with Dexter, I think, today in bodybuilding is just that he's not big enough. You guys are coming in at 250, 260, 270. I think Dexter weighs 245 on stage this weekend, and I think that's the biggest he's ever been. So he's not the biggest guy, but he's always the most shredded, the most defined, and he makes a difference. He's always like top 2, top 3 in the Mr. Olympia Not because he's the biggest, but he's always coming in condition, on point always. And I do think he's going to be either a top 3 or top 4 bodybuilder this year. The only thing Dexter has going against him right now is his age. He's a lot older than everybody else on stage. And with that, even though he has the muscle maturity, he might have too much muscle maturity in the sense that his muscles might slowly start not popping as much as they used to. So I think that's the only thing that's holding Dexter back is a test of time. But as long as he's competing and he continues to bring physique like this, he's always going to be in top 3, top 4, maybe even top 2 as an Olympian. Things have been getting a little weary lately. There's been a lot of comments on YouTube about Phil Heath. You can see his midsection right here. It does not look good at all. It's sticking out. I mean, it just looks terrible. He's obviously relaxed. He's not tightening anything. But even when relaxed, he should be able to control that midsection a bit more. The only thing is, judges are not going to ding him for that because they're not actually supposed to be setting up for a pose right now. He's just in a relaxed state. I don't think judges take away points when you're relaxed and you let your stomach go. Maybe it might be frowned upon. People might not like it. Doesn't look good. But I don't think it affects him in the competition as much as people make it sound now. In terms of bodybuilding and the way you want your physique to appear, I get it. Like nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see a gut sticking out like that. So he should be conscious of these things, especially as a champion. When moving to the next picture, you're going to see what I mean. When he's hitting a pose, his stomach doesn't look that bad, right? I mean, it could be better, it could be tighter, it could be more in, but it's not gonna make him lose any more than anybody else is. I mean, Big Ramy's stomach is really controlled. It's tight. He's got a tiny waist compared to a lot of other people, and it shows because his broad shoulders, man. This guy brings in a V-taper like no tomorrow. In this pose, it can go either way. Like I said, it's so subjective. You never really know which pose. I give this pose, to be honest with you, Big Ramy, because he's got freaking arms like no tomorrow. But when you move on to the next pose, it's really subjective. It's really hard to say who's going to give this pose. I might actually give this pose to Phil Heath because his upper body does look nice. The chest pops out, the shoulders pop out. You can see the lats, even though it's the front lat spread. Everything just pops out in this guy, and I think that's why he's liked so much. His 3D effect with his muscles. His muscle bellies are insane, and your eyes are kind of drawn to him in a way. From the back, like I said previously, I can't see anybody beating Phil Heath in this pose. He's got the complete back. If you just look at the back here, compare his back, the double bicep to Ramy's. You look at the lower back; it's just fully developed. Where Ramy might have a little bit of underdevelopment in that lower back. I'm not sure. Just the way his muscles are inserted, it could be a genetic thing. Probably is a genetic thing, trait. But Phil Heath is winning any back pose hands down. It doesn't matter if he's 250 or 300. Doesn't matter who he's going against. Like I said, it's really hard to beat this guy from the back, and most Mr. Olympias win the Olympia. You win the Olympia from your back. That's been the case since the late 80s, 90s, 2000s, and it might be the case today. Looking at comparing Phil to Ramy and Dexter, I still think Phil has this, even though he's off to the side, he's not in the middle of the pose because the judges were moving them around last night. I still think he has them always from the back. Now we throw in William Bonac, up-and-coming guy. He's not really up-and-coming, he's well-known right now, actually. He placed, I think, top 5 last year in Mr Olympia. He came out of nowhere from the Netherlands, and he's an absolute beast. This guy is going to be one of the future bodybuilders. Once some of the older guys start retiring, this guy is going to be around for a long time as long as he stays healthy. This guy has a lot of potential ahead of him. I see Bonac in the top 3, top 4 as well. Guy comes in with enormous condition, shredded to the core. He's got a complete package. And that's what I could say about William Bonac. I really like him. Guy has a great heart, man. And here's a comparison picture of Will Bonac, Big Ramy, and Phil Heath. You could see Phil Heath holding water. Because he's sweating so much, and as he's sweating, water's coming out. You see Ramy doesn't really have a lot of water on him, mainly because he's probably not holding any. Same with Will Bonac. These guys are probably dehydrated and dried out to as much as they could. So it just goes to show you that because Phil Heath was holding a lot of water in the prejudging, he might come back and actually look better in tonight's show. But did he get enough points to secure his #1 spot as Mr. Olympia? who knows? Nobody really knows right now. There's still a lot of talk and there's still a lot of debate as to who's going to be 1, 2, and 3 this year. If you ask me personally, because of the fact that Phil Heath is 6-time Mr. Olympia, even though he came in off, I think, this year with his gut a little sticking out, and like I said, I'm not sure if it's going to be judged or not. I think it's going to be really hard to get him to lose, for somebody else to beat him at this point. Bodybuilding is a game of subjectivity, 1, and 2, politics, and it's been a politic game for as long as you can remember, and I really do not see anybody dethroning Phil Heath unless he comes in looking like shit tonight, which chances are his trainer Hani Rambod and him are probably going to be really pushing the envelope to try to get him looking as shredded and diced as possible. And it might be his 7th win, so it's going to be something big. He's probably going to be trying to push it as hard as he possibly could. So we'll see. So yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to give you guys just a little breakdown of what I think about the 2017 Mr. Olympia so far. For those of you who know me, I really like bodybuilding. Not as much as I used to, but I still watch it. I still follow some of the competitions, Mr. Olympia 2017 being one of them. And I just wanted to just let you guys know my thoughts and my opinions on it. Like I said, even though I don't think Phil Heath is looking the best that he could, he probably will still take it, because he's probably going to rack up points from the back shot, from the shots from the back. He's going to win hands down. His front shots, he might get more points for that, depending on how he looks, depending on how his stomach looks, and depending on how the judges feel about it. So those are all things we'll have to wait and see. And that's about it, guys. So I just wanted to let you guys know my opinions, my thoughts. Leave some comments down below. Tell me what you guys think about the 2017 Men's Open bodybuilding. I'm going to probably post some videos about the men's physique. They had the physique final today. Jeremy Buendia won it. That wasn't no surprise, I think, to anybody. The guy's a freaking monster. But I'll post another video on the men's physique, on the classic physique. I'll try to combine them. I think also tonight is the women's bikini, which is super popular now, man. Holy smokes, is it ever popular. And for that, I'm rooting for Courtney King. I think she won last year. I really want to see her win this year. I really like Courtney King. I think she's a good ambassador for bodybuilding, more than some of the other ones are out there. But yeah, maybe I'll post a video on women's bikini as well. Still a few pictures in there, but at the end of the day, that's it. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure to like this video, leave some comments, hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Check me out on Instagram. I'll leave the link down below, and that's it. So it's your boy Mark signing off. Have a good one.